mind on stake with a candle's soft glow. But the bill left my savings despairingly low. Now wisdom has taught me so simple, so grand. Eat bologna, buy land. Eat bologna, buy land. Trade the fork for the deed in your hand. Skip the fillet, let the sandwiches stand. Your fortune will grow when you buy your own land.
Welcome, everyone, to the Art of Passive Income podcast and Land Geek Nite Cap. Tonight, we're joined by Landon Harris and the rest of the crew, who we'll introduce in a minute. And tonight, we're going to talk about why land investing is more than just about flipping dirt for profit. It's about finding gold. And gold is really, in our mind, freedom. So tonight we're breaking down why some beginners explode with momentum while others stall, what we learned from the high performers at the Dirt Rich Summit, and exactly what makes someone a great coaching client who gets results fast. If you've ever wondered whether you can do this and what separates people who change their life from the ones who stay stuck, tonight is your episode. Tonight we are joined by Landon AI, the aquatic investor Harris. Thanks, buddy, for joining us.
Guys, it's always good to be with you guys.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
As always, we have John, 8 is enough, handsome Rob Burnett.
Cheers.
John, good to see you.
Good to be seen.
And the Godfather himself, Mark Podolsky, the Land Geek, is joining us tonight as well.
Cheers.
Hi, Mark.
Hi. I wish I knew Landon was coming. I would have got a pump on. I would have done 10 push-ups right before the call. Just
I did chest today, but nothing like Landon did today.
I'm wearing my puffy coat just so that I don't outshine Landon.
Yeah. I would have got some steroids in the black market today. I knew Landon was showing up.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
I feel like I should go get a cloak.
For those listening to our episode, I always forget that people do listen to this rather than just watch. Landon is very well proportioned up top. He's got some very massive shoulders and pec muscles. So we'll paint the picture more as we go on here. But Landon, good.
Search the video on YouTube and you can see them for yourselves.
Yeah. If there's the guys that go to Gold's Gym, and then they see Landon, they're like, "Oh, I think I'm at the wrong place." So I'll feel more comfortable with 24-hour fitness.
I saw Landon in Gold's Gym and I just gave up. So
are we done?
Oh, just wait till we get Taria on the call with him. Then we'll be doubly impressed and humbled. All right, guys. Well, Landon, it's good to have you here. So for those that don't know, in our community, Landon Harris is a coach for our one-on-one coaching clients and our flight school clients. And Landon is actually a real coach. He was a Division I swim coach, right, Landon?
Well, not quite. I coached some D3, but I had a lot of Olympic kids. So I had some kids that are swimming in D1 now still. So yeah, they're in there. They can keep up.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, and I think tonight we'd really like to talk about coaching, right? Coaching makes great athletes. Coaching makes great musicians. Coaching makes great entrepreneurs. And I think we'd like to talk a little bit about that tonight. And, I think, Landon, first off, if you could just tell us a little bit about your coaching background and how that has maybe translated over to be a benefit for you in coaching land investors in their businesses. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, So I coached swimming for 27 years. I went through, I feel like, so many different types of people, meaning just from their attitudes, their backgrounds, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do it. And I felt like I learned so many different ways to work with different types of individuals. And that's, I feel like, has helped me be an effective coach with coaching people to develop their land business. So, I try to figure out who they are and what they want, what their goals are. Some people you got to push a little bit. You got to kind of prod them. But some people you just got to lay back a little bit and just let them, kind of walk through the process. Some people you've got to elevate a little bit more. Sometimes you have to bring some things down. So there's just different ways to do it. I think there's just different strategies according to each, individual investor. And so I think that's kind of the fun part about coaching land is I get to do kind of the same thing, but just in a different venue, a different arena. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun.
So, I mean, you're really meeting people where they're at, right? And and that's the cool thing about coaching is, people go through maybe Land Geek Flight School, which is a 4-month program, and they graduate that program and they're doing deals. And a lot of people roll right over into a coaching program with us. And those people have a lot of momentum, and maybe they've done a couple of deals, and they're fun to work with because they're energized. And then we do have some people that they graduate the flight school and they kind of go do their own thing for a year or two, and then they come into coaching, and they've maybe created another job for themselves, and they utilize your expertise, Landon, to try to scale their business so that they can buy their time back. And those people are fun to work with as well because they're bringing in a lot of income at that time. And then we have people that go into coaching who just really need a lot of help, right? They just need some guidance in scaling this thing as quickly as possible over 18 months. So I can imagine it'd be kind of fun to work with the different sorts of folks in coaching because they really run the gamut as far as like how successful they've been. Talk a little bit about that if you would.
Yeah, so you see so many different types of people, and when they come in at different levels, I feel like actually even currently coaching different people that come in, like you said, at different points. Some people already have a business. They are in it. They're doing it. They're, motivated. And maybe they don't have the systems, and they're trying to put some things together, and they really want to figure out, how do I actually get out of this business and actually enjoy, living the life of freedom, doing activities, things with their family, things with their friends, doing some things that they don't feel like they're stuck in that day to day. Then you also have others that, that fresh, they just learned about the land business. They also have systems. They don't have anything in place. They want it. Their drive is there. That will is there. That hunger for, be successful, or just, they see a lifestyle that they really want to attain. And so you see so many different types of folks that come into this business. And I'll be honest, for me, it's just such a joy to be able to work with each type. I love that feeling when they get to a hurdle, and everybody, even if you've got the greatest business going, or you just started up, they all have these little hurdles and they get over them, and I think that's part of what's so good about coaching is that's what we're here for, is to help them figure out how to get over those hurdles, what steps to take next. And that's for me, that's the fun part about figuring. I love figuring it out. I'm like, okay, what's the problem? Okay, well, how do we solve it? And we just walk through some different avenues of, let's do this, let's try this, and this might give you that boost. It allows people to kind of see success at different stages, I think, and that I also think of it like you look further down the road. Like when you go back a couple years ago, I mean, you guys have all done this. You've gone back a few years, and if you think back when you first started to where you are now, I mean, it's just amazing to kind of see the progress, the steps that we've done, some of the avenues that we've had to take in order to get to the level that we've desired. And everybody's level is different, but that part is to me just really cool to see, and I think about it a lot. And I actually just got off a call today, and we were just talking about, they overcame, and it was just, it was fun because we had a great laugh about, yeah, well, I won't do that again, or it was something that was really challenging, and they thought it was such a big issue, but it wasn't, and we got through it, and so just cool, just really super cool. So I don't know, great business to be in.
Well, that's awesome. Mark, I'd love your perspective on this. You've been doing land 25 years. You've been teaching people how to do this for over 10 years. How have you seen coaching change since you first started, teaching people how to do this 10, 12 years ago?
Wow. It's so funny to think back between when I first started and today. And by the way, does everybody know who Dude Buddy Nite Cap OG Scott Bossman is?
I didn't introduce myself.
Our host, you got to introduce yourself. Professional land investor. So when I first started coaching, all I really did was, it's so interesting because I got a coach, right? I didn't know what I was doing, and I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys the story of how I got into coaching?
Maybe a long time ago, but please.
I mean, Landon, do you know how I got into it?
Not fully. Actually, I was reading Dirt Rich too.
Okay, so I'm vacationing with my kids in San Jose, California, like where you used to live. And I got a call from this guy, Tori, and he's on my website. I thought he wants to buy some land. And he's like, I'm like, oh, what land are you looking at? He's like, no, I'm just on your website. I'm really interested in learning how to do what you do. I'm like, well, I don't teach people how to do what I do. He's like, well, what if I pay you this? I was like, oh, okay, hold on. I'm like, I'll call you back. So I go to my wife. I'm like, honey, this guy Tori wants me to teach him the land business. And she's like, that's a terrible idea. I'm like, why do you say that? She's like, you're going to create your own competition. Why would you teach anybody how to do this? Keep it to yourself. I'm like, so smart. So I'm like, well, look, why don't we just analyze it like an investment banker, because I have an investment banking background. I'm like, how big is this market? And then I started doing the math and the analysis. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's billions of acres of raw land available. You couldn't think of a more boring real estate niche. There's no big money in it. There's no private equity groups, no hedge funds. And so after doing the analysis, I'm like, I can easily teach this guy how to do our business. And then we did a deal together in Nevada. He made $300,000 and I changed his life. And that was more gratifying for me professionally than my own land deals. And I'm like, okay, this is awesome. And then I went online. I'm like Googling, how do you become a coach? And I found this guy, Ben Bresington, in Australia. And I remember calling him up. I'm like, hey, I want to learn how to be a land coach and how to do this. He's like, okay, it's going to be $5,000. This is back in like 2011 or something, or 2012. I don't even remember. And I'm like, $5,000. I'm like, I can't afford that. He's like, you can't afford not to do it. I'm like, okay, I like that line. So I hired him. He's like, this is what you do. He's like, as you're coaching, you record it. So he's like, you don't just, talk to yourself. He's like, actually do live coaching. You record it. We're going to take those recordings and we're going to make that a digital product. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's how the Investors Toolkit was born. I believe it was Jeff Axton that I was in Tori that I was actually coaching. We made that the Investors Toolkit. That's how I became a land coach. And that's, I don't know if you guys do that.
Did not. That's an awesome story. That wasn't in Dirt Rich 2 either.
No.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So the way it's changed is that I just got better at it as I got the reps in and started learning what's important in coaching. And what's interesting is the most important thing. Do you guys know? It starts with an A.
I was going to say grit, but
No, not in the coaching program. You want your clients to have grit, but for them to be successful, they need one ingredient.
accountability.
That's it. They need accountability.
That's where I was going.
That's it. Without accountability, you can have the greatest program in the world, but if no one is holding to it, and no one's holding them to themselves and a standard, and time availability, that's too. God, Thrasher, bring it in, brother. So yeah, that is true. You have to be available, but you also have to be. You have to make sure your clients are showing up, and they're doing the thing that you're teaching them to do that week, because it's so easy to let ourselves down, but we're not going to let our coach down.
No, that's
yeah. I and that's something that I believe in 100%. Accountability. Like if you don't show up, and even if you're just doing it on your own, if you don't show up and you don't do this every day, nothing moves forward. Nothing. You just don't hold yourself accountable. But I think that's part of what's really good. I'll give you this example. Tori and I were talking about this the other day. She goes, well, I was talking about, doing some cardio, getting in shape. It's like, I need to do a little bit more cardio but and she's like, well, you could just get back in the pool and start swimming. And I go, I can't get past a mile anymore. Like I can't do it on my own. She goes, well, I don't understand why. I need somebody standing over me. I need somebody tell me this. She's like, but you know how to do this. You've done this for so many years. And I go, you don't understand. It's that somebody standing over me, somebody telling me what I needed to do. That's part of what makes me want to go further than what I usually would do. And so that accountability of having somebody, you get to the end of the wall and you're looking up, and you're like, oh, coach is standing there. I can't just stand there on the wall. I just got to keep going. Same thing goes with the land business. I think that's really part of, what makes it good. It's like you have a coach to go, oh yeah, I got to show up to that meeting. I didn't do my swim lanes this week. I got to go put those together. You gave me some homework to do the other day, and ready, I didn't do it. And so you really feel that it's not pressure, but it is that that presence of somebody being there to stand over you to make sure, hey, we're moving forward every single day. And I think accountability, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're going to just put up all the A's, whatever attitude. Yeah. I'm loving that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, John Burnett, let's loop you in here. So, I mean, you and I have both been through Land Geek coaching, right? Yeah. And I guess what are your thoughts on what Mark and Landon had to say about coaching, and how was the experience for you, and what would you say about it?
Yeah, I think that for me, like, I lean pretty heavily on my coach, maybe a little too heavily. So, but I like to say that Valerie has the gift of taking action, and I have the gift of freaking out. So for me, like, there were just so many times in my business where I'd just be staring at a property, and I'm just like, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? And so, like, we had base camp, so I just basically, it was like part of my due diligence. I just posted in base camp, and I say, should I buy this? But it was great. I mean, I just learned a lot, and it was really helpful to, as I had those freak out moments, to be able to talk through them with my coach, and gradually just grew in confidence over time as that happened. We had some hurdles that we went through. Like for me, there was one point where we were moving, and Eric, my coach, we were telling him like, Eric, we're just gonna take a break for like maybe this month, got a lot going on, we're moving. And he said, absolutely not. He said, unless your marriage is in trouble or like something like that, you got to keep going. You can't stop. And we did. And I think that in retrospect, I think that was one of those times where we didn't feel like this was the case, but I do think that was one of those points where business was in jeopardy, because I've seen it happen where people take a break and that break just balloons, and it can be hard to come back after that. And so I think that was really pivotal for us. Another moment for us was I hit kind of a burnout point because I quit my job and was doing the land investing business myself. And I just I had all this time, and I was like, I'm not going to hire a VA because I got the time and I might as well do it. And I just found myself really burning out, and I was talking to somebody who's in a similar spot actually recently and is experiencing the same thing now, and is kind of underdelegated. And you get to this point where you have this stack of stuff that you need to get to, and then you're feeling guilty spending time with your family, and you're like, and then I just found myself really burning out, and went to a live event, and we did a roundtable and talked about our pain points, and I talked about that. And then everybody just ringed me, and Scott Todd was just like, you have to delegate, John, you have to delegate. And I did, and it was a transformational point, and really, it just relieved me a lot and helped me to have the energy I needed to build my business. And B, it put people into those spaces where things started happening at a higher level than they were before. So I don't know. There's my long ramble, I guess. So those were kind of my hurdles. I'm curious, Landon, kind of what some of the common hurdles that you see people face as they are just building their land investing businesses.
Yeah, this one has come up to a lot. You don't know what you don't know. And I know it sounds kind of simple, but I think there are things that you just go through with this business, and you're getting to certain steps, you just kind of blow through it, and you don't really understand that you kind of missed a step. You could do it in a different way. You could, I don't want to say you made a mistake on something, but you didn't know that you were really doing it in the wrong fashion. And I think that's something that I'm seeing here and there. It's okay. We all make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. I think it's, if you made the mistake, is there somebody there to kind of hold your hand, or not necessarily hold your hand, but call you, say, hey, that's probably in the right way to go. You might want to do it this way. And, once you talk it out, you kind of go, oh yeah, that's it. I've seen that, and I'm talking to me. I've made some of these same mistakes, but I think that's probably the best thing about coaching is like, we've been through a lot of those hiccups, and we kind of can jump over those hurdles. And yeah, that's a pothole, but guess what? I've already been through that pothole. Let's take this. Let's switch lanes. You can get through that one without, hitting it. And it's like one of those easy things to do. But yeah, you just see it so many different ways. I'm trying to think of something else that I see a lot with others. Give me a minute. It'll come to me, because there was literally like 3 or 4 things that hit me just as you were talking, and I just lost it. Go ahead.
Well, I think so many of us just don't believe in ourselves initially. Right? Belief is just so huge. The B word, we'll bring that up, right? Because early on, I did not have any belief in myself that I could do this. And because of that, I was fearful. So when you have somebody to lean on who's done this 500 to 1,000 times or more, who, like you said, Landon, who's been through, all the ups and downs with doing land deals, and, they have the reps under their belt, it just helps you gain the confidence to start doing deals. see how they did there? A, B, C, D, confidence to do
Very
deals.
good.
I feel like Mike Zano tonight. I'm channeling Mike Zano tonight. But fear was a big thing. Fear was something that I had to get over. And I think not everybody's fearful, but I was fearful. I was just nervous that this was going to work, right? Coaching was an investment. I didn't have a lot of money, and I was nervous. And like, I was so nervous on my first coaching call with Scott Todd that he stopped the call and he said, "Scott Bossman, what's wrong?" That's how nervous I was. And I told him, and he's like, "Scott, you just got to do what we tell you to do. You just got to show up. You've invested highly in yourself. You're not going to not show up." I know John Burnett loves when I do that. You're not going to not show up, right? And you're going to do great in the land business. And he was right. I showed up. I did what my coach guided me to do, and with the reps and the consistency and the doing land deals, the fear eventually started to fade away, and then it just became action. And I think that's I give kudos to you coaches, because I don't think you guys realize how much you help people with that part of it, is helping them go from a newbie land investor who has all these doubts and fears to a person 12 or 18 months later who has all this confidence because they've done so many deals with your guidance. So it's pretty phenomenal. I think the roles that you guys are in, and I think you should be proud of it for sure.
Thank you, Phil. I look at it more in, I like to see the development of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of just where I take all of this. It's just the development. Like, you come in with maybe a skeleton system, and you understand some things, but you don't know how to get there. And by the end of it, you come out as like, you're a pro now, and it's like, you go from just one stage to the next stage. It's just really cool to see the evolution of people and how they evolve. And like you were just talking about the confidence, in the beginning, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I can buy all these properties. I don't know if I can find the money. By the end of it, it's like all those problems you had. It's all those worries you had. Yeah, they were worries, but we found solutions, and now 18 months later, hey, we're rocking and rolling. So it's really cool. So I thank you, but at the same time, the joy that we get from this is just really just seeing people just be better than what they were. I think that's just the coolest thing about it all.
Well, we had an amazing live event a couple of weeks ago, the Dirt Rich Summit in Austin, Texas, and we had a whole room full of coaching clients. And Landon, you were in that room a lot, and I just thought it'd be fun to, hear from you about, how are those coaching clients doing? What wins are you hearing about? And these are people that are 6, 12, 18 months into their journey. We had some coaching grads in the room. Mark, Billy Rogers was there. The Voos were there. They're killing it a couple of years later into the business. But Landon, what things did you witness and experience in that room with those coaching clients?
One of the things I think one was really cool was that people got to meet each other, live, one-on-one. They got to kind of really interact. It's funny, you find people that they start making deals in that room. It's like, oh yeah, well, I've got this product. Well, I'm selling it. You want a wholesale, you want to go in, or you start kind of just coming up different ways. The other thing I love seeing is how the community, like our coach, especially with the coaching, I think with all of it, I don't even just think coaching, but I see this person may have something going that they're really doing really well, and then they share it with another coaching client. And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about doing it that way. And just willingness to just kind of hand over information, ways that they do things. Here's a better way, and it's just cool to just see so many different avenues and ways people really take something that they're doing and be able to hand it over to somebody, and they go, yep, I can add that to my business. I can put that in. You were talking about some of the people that were even that have graduated out. Like I was talking to Sid Christians. he actually went to flight school with me. And I see him, and he is killing it. He's doing so awesome. And it's funny to even see, like, he's still even learning things, you know? It's like, even still, like, I mean, you know, we're talking about almost 7 years later, he's still learning some new things and really adding to his business and growing it and killing it. And it's just super cool just to kind of see people do that. Like you said, the alumni coming back, you know, they're like, yeah, I want to stay infused. I want to stay engaged. I want to still learn. I still want to grow. Still want to meet people that are in our community. So you see some of these, all those things, man. There's a lot of things going on in there. And I just felt like this is a really cool vibe. And another thing is, I think it's a niche of our people, man. It's just, we're all kind of like, yep, these are my people. This is my tribe. This is who I'd like to talk to, who I'll hang out with, you know? So it's really super neat. Yeah.
Well, Mark, it's got to be very rewarding for you to see all these folks in the room at the Dirt Rich Summit, and
it's so rewarding. I had somebody pull me aside and be like, Mark, they're like, I call them, these people, the silent assassin, and I know like he wouldn't want me to say his name, but this is a true story. Just as like, hey, I had a great week. I created $225,000 of enterprise value, and I'm getting extra $3,000 a month of passive income, and it was in 1 week. I'm like, bro, that's 1 week. Like, that's crazy. And he's just like so humble about it. He's like, that's good. I'm like, yeah, it's really good. And then I'm like, do you want to sell your notes? He's like, no, I don't want to sell my notes. I'm like, come on, get some quick cash. Like, you want a 6-figure check right now? He's like, no. But I hear these stories. And this is why I do what I do. It's just so gratifying. And I feel like all of us, you, Scott, you, John, you, Landon, we're the pebble in the pond, right? So we drop this in, and the clients execute on the knowledge. We hold them accountable, and all of a sudden, their passive income exceeds their fixed expenses. They're working because they want to, not because they have to. They work when they want, where they want, with whom they want. They have total freedom, and then it ripples out. And all of a sudden, they deepen all their relationships. They get in better shape. I mean, how about Marcus Johnson?
Oh, yeah.
Right? That guy was like 40 pounds heavier before he started the land business. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, Mark, I just have a great life. I just do land. And, takes care of himself because he has time to do it. So him and Nikki are killing it. So it's really rewarding in that aspect. But Landon, I'm just curious. What makes a great coach versus an average coach? And what makes a great coaching client versus an average coaching client? I'm just curious.
It's good. Makes me think. Great coach, I think, is one, a coach that's willing to continue to learn. Because I don't think as a coach, you've just got it all. You have to keep growing. You have to keep going back to the well, figuring out, okay, well, look, how can I make this better? How can I keep evaluating and elevating myself? And I think there also, as a coach, I think you really need to be invested in your client, in your coaching student. Like I can't say if my coaching client was not doing well that I personally would not take it. That I wouldn't feel bad about it. I would feel terrible for not doing well, which in turn for me makes me go, I got to dig a little deeper. I got to figure this out. And that's also like a kind of a next thing that I think as a coach, you really need to be able to figure out and solve a problem. That's what they're there for, is to help you, for you to help them figure out how to solve the problem. And so I think those are some things that really, as a coach, that would help to be a good coach. And that even goes back even to my swim coaching career. Same stuff, constantly trying to grow, constantly trying to figure out, how do I fix this? How do I make this swimmer better? How do I, and then being involved. Those swimmers that they were like my family. So it's something that, I kind of try to bring in to what I'm doing, here in this area. I think as a coachee or somebody who is being coached, good attitude. I mean, that is always helpful. Negativity is tough, but at the same time, you got to go through some of that hard stuff. It's just part of it. Fortitude. I think you got to go through the suck. Period. You got to be able to handle it. You got to weather it. You got to be able to nobody is on top all the time. There's just nobody that just rides the high. Nobody's on that wave. Just ride that wave forever. So you're going to go through these dips. You got to be able to, handle going through it and get out of the suck, I think a good coaching client is somebody who is open, willing to follow the plan. That's what we're here for. As a coach, you're here to guide them, but then you've got to have a coaching client that's willing to just follow the plan, follow the rule, and it's okay to have your own idea and discuss it. We come up with something together, but the ones that just go off into nowhere just get tough. The last thing I'll say, somebody who shows up. And we were talking about that a little earlier. The coaching client that shows up every day is the one that does well. They just get better. Because if you're just not showing up, you're just not putting in enough time, you're not putting in the effort. This isn't easy. I don't tell anybody it's easy. It's doable. I mean, you can really do this if you put effort into it and you put some time into it. So I think those are kind of the things I think, makes good coaches and good clients to work with. I don't know. You guys think it's something different or something different? I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot.
I mean, John, I have a thought, but I want to hear from you.
We can't hear you, John.
We can't hear you.
My thought is that I concur.
Cheers.
Don't drink to that. Cheers.
You had to be in the
Drink to
room.
that.
Everyone's got to drink.
Uh,
I think the only thing I would add, and well, before I put my 2 cents. Dude, buddy, is there anything you want to add?
I don't think so. I think that showing up is the biggest thing, and to show up on days when you're feeling like it's not going the best is really important, because it shows that you still have momentum. So to tap into the coaching that you're getting, but also the community you're getting. We had a comment on here earlier that we have a lot of group coaching calls with our flight school program. Even listening into those calls, if you don't have questions, is helpful because you learn a ton from hearing all the other questions that people have. Mm-hmm. But you also gain momentum from hearing all of the wins that other people are having. And maybe a little bit of FOMO, right? When you hear that Don Thrasher's doing deals, and you're like, I want to be Don Thrasher. It makes you show up to set more ads or cast the net far and wider with your marketing or whatever. So the calls are fun in that regard because you're learning from other people's struggles, but you're also learning from their wins. And there's just a lot of momentum in a group of people who are going through a program like this to learn a new business. So I probably digress, Mark, from where you were going, but I would just say that I think it's really important to tap not only into the coaching from some really successful land investors, but also other people that are going through this, who are experiencing the dips with you and the mountains with you. And That's very valuable. That was very valuable for me years and years and years ago, and continues to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, the only thing is I'm going to jocko it, right? And that is, even though you're investing in yourself and and you've got this coach, you've got this program, at the end of the day, you need to take extreme ownership, because no one's coming to save you. We're not licking the envelopes. We're not doing your marketing for you. We're not selling the properties for you. You got to own it. And it's the same way. Like, look, I hire a personal trainer. They're not doing it. They're not doing the bench press for me. I hire a nutritionist. They're not shopping the broccoli and the salad for me and making sure that I'm eating right. I've got to own it. In fact, tomorrow morning, I've got a CEO accelerator course. I got to show up. The course guy is not, there's a reminder, but he's not calling me up early in the morning, a wake up call like, Mark, I get up early. Are you prepared? You got to save yourself. And I think that's ultimately the attitude you got to come in going in. And what I think was great about us is, like, and Landon said, is we care and we have skin in the game, right? And one of the great things about our coaching program is we're like, it ain't going to cost you nothing, guaranteed. You're going to make back that investment in 18 months, or we'll just keep coaching you until you do. So we care, like a pilot, right? Like a pilot's got skin in the game. We're flying that plane with you. If you're going down, we're going down. But that's the deal. But it's very, very rare.
Mark, can I say something real quick? You've been doing this, what, 20 some odd years?
25 years now, land investing, yeah.
So, see, this is, to me, that's just, you just said something that was just so awesome, so motivating. And it was one of the things you're like, okay, well, I'm going tomorrow to go elevate myself to get better. Like, what a great model. Like, you just set such a great example of, like, okay, I'm still pushing myself to get better. Hey, what about me? Like, it just makes me want to go, yeah, I got to get up tomorrow too. I got to go do this too. So it's cool, like, to see, no matter what level you get to, you're still trying to elevate yourself to get better. And I think that's one of the things that was just so awesome about all of this. Is like, we are still trying to elevate ourselves. And that's how, we get into this to create a better life for ourselves, for our families. Your why is so huge. So, when we do this, to see, even like I said, even you're still trying to grow, get better, to move forward. This great example. So I applaud you. I thank you for just doing that, is setting that awesome example. So
well, thank you.
I just had to say it. Just had to say it.
Look, I gotta keep.
I like to show love. I show love where it is.
Thank you. I mean, it's true though. Like, there is no top of the mountain, and I think that's what we have, is we all have that growth mindset. Like John had said, there's no top. Like, we're just constantly kind of trying to grow. And I'd like to think that every year I look back and I reflect, and I'm just embarrassed of old me. Like, oh my gosh. And I want to die just being embarrassed of old me. Like, how did I not know that?
Me too.
Right?
Same.
How did I not know that? And so, like, even like, you're talking about Dirt Rich 2 and Dirt Rich. When I read those books, I'm like, I forgot so many things, because I've learned so much since then.
Yeah.
And it's just embarrassing. But we keep going, and we keep providing more value. And even today, I think I talked about my Little Wayne project. Have I told you guys about my Little Wayne project?
No.
No.
So every day I make a new asset for our clients. Right. Or something of value, either for clients, potential clients, right? And so the idea of the Little Wayne project is if I make one every day, some of them will even be good. That guy makes so much music, some of it's even good. And so I'm doing it and today I created a not to-do list. I'm like, you know what? This is pretty good.
I love it.
Share it. It's like a worksheet for our coaching clients. And it shows them
You
step
have
by
to
step.
turn it in with nothing.
Wayne project.
Yeah, where is it? You want me to walk you through it? I just made it. It is it's a worksheet, and it starts like you got to sign it too because you got to commit to it. Okay, do not touch anything that doesn't produce deal flow, revenue, or customer results. Do not manage your day through dopamine. No inbox drifting, no Slack grazing, no task switching because something feels quick. That's how you burn 4 hours without moving the scoreboard. Do not do work that a $20 to $30 an hour VA could do. Do not start your day by reacting. No phone, no email, no notifications. Start with the 2 highest leverage moves you can make. Reaction kills initiative. I can go on and on. Do not chase every spark. Do not accept calendar clutter. Do not negotiate with procrastination. Do not solve problems twice. If you fix something without documenting the fix, the problem will return with interest. SOP, everything that repeats. Do not. So, this is what I'm doing every day. And some of it's even good. A lot of it isn't.
When you do it every day, some of it's bound to be good. That's amazing.
It's like John and his Suno playlist. These songs are really good.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mark, you may elevate to Kobe status. You know Kobe
Thank you.
just shot. His percentage of shooters, he just shot. But probably one of the greatest ever, right?
The Black Mamba.
You just keep shooting, right?
Well, I could also call it the Agassi model too. Do you ever read Agassi's biography?
That's an amazing book.
I didn't finish it.
It's a great book.
His dad was a boxer.
Yeah.
And he's like, tennis is a lot like boxing, but you don't get hurt. And his theory was if Andre would hit 1,000 balls a day, he would be a champion.
Yep.
And sure enough,
right,
he did it. I don't know how much he enjoyed it.
That book. That was a good one.
Right.
I was like, I don't know why I forgot that left off.
Yeah.
I gotta get back.
Yeah. John, would you make Gideon do 1,000 offers a day?
Oh, he does already.
Okay.
Oh man. It's going to be the land investor of land investors, Gideon. How old is he now? 8?
Yeah, we're going to read his biography. He's like, at 8 years old, my dad made me make 1,000 offers a day. And he said, son, you're going to be the greatest land investor ever. You're going to surpass Scott Boffin and Landon Harris, and ultimately, the geesiest of them all, Mark Podolsky. Gideon Burnett, greatest land investor ever.
Oh man,
and it's just like awesome. Then he's like, Dad, I hate it. But I'm wealthy.
Oh my God.
Oh man. John's the Earl Woods of
I was just about to say the same.
Right.
I have there was one time I brought Gideon into the office and he was off in a corner, and then I came over and he was drawing a subdivision. It was a very proud Papa moment.
You're like, son.
That's right.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Well, at Bossman's house for Christmas, he's like, before you enter, you pick a gift. You tell me right now the difference between a warranty, a special warranty, and a quick claim. Go. You put that present down.
Oh man.
That's funny. I quick claim all my kids' presents, so I make no guarantees.
Yeah.
This is how
Scott Christensen.
I would homeschool all my kids this way.
We had a lot of comments tonight. We didn't get to them. We had some questions as well. Let's take a couple questions here from the audience before we sign off. Where was it? Here's a good question from Daniel McCallum to you, Landon. What did you do to really hone in on becoming an effective swim coach?
Okay. And I'm going back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This was something I did religiously, and I still kind of do it in a way. And with land coaching, I went to some of the smartest people I knew, or as a coach. I'm asking questions, constantly asking questions. I'm trying my best to learn from the best. That was my attitude towards getting better as a coach, to make it my own. So I'm asking this person, how are you doing this? How are you developing that? Or I'm constantly, watching, like, how are you making this kid this good? And so when it comes to this business, I'm doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of my same approach. I'm not okay. And I don't have the attitude that I'm the greatest coach. No. I've got greatness to still get better, right? I still want to get great. So it's always that attitude of wanting to get better. So getting back to the question, yes, the developing that was just more of just finding the best, asking the best, learning from the best, and just constantly evolving it into what I do. That's it. Hope that answered the question.
I would totally agree with that. I think you definitely become a better coach by consulting other better coaches, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So I love that. Let's see here. Oh, sorry. We got a lot of ringing going on here. Ken Green is here. What's up, Ken?
Green.
Ken?
When he was first beginning, the program was not set. I felt that I was not in a position to ask the right questions. At the time, everyone was focusing on different apps to help in the process. Flight School was the turning point, along with the many live events we had. Scott was not in the picture yet, and we never met all these years. Me, Scott, or the famous Scott? I'm the less famous Scott.
We refer to
so nice.
Austin as the lesser Scott.
Yeah, I'm the lesser Scott. Yeah.
I think you should be good Scott.
Oh, okay. I like that.
The good Scott.
Great Scott. Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
I see where we're going.
Yeah. Ken, I hear what you're saying. Like, you went through coaching, 10 years ago? I went through coaching 10 years ago. Just a different world then, right? Back then, the coaching was more about learning the mechanics of doing a land deal. Now the coaching is about how do we scale as quickly as possible. And, it's just one of those things that I think evolves over time, and the coaching has become better. And it's exciting to witness, but it makes you just a little bit jealous too. Not gonna lie. Awesome. Well, this was great, guys. A lot of great nuggets in this podcast. I need to finish on one thing here, Landon. So, you had some fans at the Dirt Rich Summit, right? And Michael Leone was one of them. He's right here on the podcast. Michael Leone is here. He's like, "Hey, Landon, I mentioned we need to get you on the show." He said that last week, but and I understand that there were all of these fans at the Dirt Rich Summit saying, "Landon, why aren't you ever on the Nite Cap? Why aren't you invited to the Nite Cap?" But I'm just going to say to all of our millions of listeners, I've invited Landon many times to the Nite Cap, and he's always busy. He's always busy. So this is, I'm just telling you.
Okay, real talk. You did. Real
Thank
talk.
you.
You did. I have to. Oh no, you did.
Thank you.
I just wanted to feel loved, and I wanted to be able to come back and like jump in, like with you guys, like. You guys are like OGs and the Zen Master and Rob. Like, I just want to be in with the cool guys. And now you guys got Mark. I was like, I just needed to feel love. I feel loved. I feel good.
You're welcome anytime, man.
Yeah,
anytime.
Can we have 5 squares of like the people?
We can have, I think, 8 squares.
Oh my goodness, that's so many squares.
Wow.
That's like
Yeah,
Brady
it's a lot of
Bunch
squares.
material.
It's Brady Bunch.
You've
Brady
been
Bunch
doing
material
that.
for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, now that I got that off my chest, I just want to make sure that everybody knew that I'm
put the
always
truth out there.
inclusive and not exclusive of Landon Harris. And thank you guys for very great episode of Nite Cap. Let's see what we're talking about next week, shall we? 1 second while I pull this up. So next week, a Thanksgiving week, Black Friday week. Ooh, I hope we're talking about Black Friday. That'd be a good thing to talk about. But I don't know. Let's see. Probably something a little more.
That could be fun.
It could be fun. All right, next. Oh, my son's blowing up my phone. Stop calling me, son. Next week, November 25th. The Land Investor's Lifestyle. Why time freedom beats 10 rentals. All right, so we're comparing land investing to rentals. I think we've done that a few times. Before we sign off, one last thing. My son plays in a playoff football game this weekend, so good luck to the Minnesota State University Mavericks. Taking on Findlay, Ohio this Saturday at noon Central on ESPNU. Plus,
let's go.
I never thought I'd see my son on.
Let's
I never thought I'd see my son on ESPNU.
Are you going to be like the person in the bar going, "That's my boy"?
Dang right I am.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we do against the
I would
Findlay,
be the
Ohio.
guy in the bar, like, dropping names, like, that's my buddy's boy.
Yeah.
I know his dad.
Sam Bossman, number 91. So all right.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Thanks, everybody. I had to bring that up since we're talking coaching. It's in the same world. So,
Absolutely.
all right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Guys.
Cheers.